YouTube. I got my phone upside down. Hello, future audience. I am Shaggy. I am Philolitea. I am less ready for this than I thought I was when I hit play, or go live, because I just can't be totally ready. It's too dark in my tent for the camera to be on. That goes down. And then we make my face real small like so. Whee! Load GAN. Our cool looking party. Turn down my thing here. Gotta turn that down because we gotta come in here and we gotta fix that. It's really annoying. Turn this down. I don't know why it's the way it is, but that's the way it is. Okay. Water. I thought that I had everything set up and ready to go, and then it turns out I didn't. Also, I forgot. No, I didn't forget. Nothing. The credit card machine was down at Dollar Tree tonight, so I wasn't able to buy replacement batteries for my fan. This is not me. This is not a big deal. It just means I'm going to end up having to leave my tent earlier. Son of a bitch. I grabbed the wrong power cord again. How did I make that mistake? Okay. Now, eventually, one of these times, I'll actually be ready to go live when I press live. Now, I give myself, I'm going to be honest, I give myself a little bit of slack on doing this because you get it. You got a few minutes. It takes a few minutes before people are here, you know? You got a few minutes. Woo. And this way nobody misses anything. Nobody that shows up at the beginning has to miss anything. Even the hilarious and ridiculous efforts to get comfortable that I always do right here at the beginning. I'll sit here for a half hour, be totally comfortable, ready to go, and then I'll press live 2 minutes before I should, and then I get all itchy and annoyed with myself. Give me a second. Every time this happens. It's so funny. You'd think that I would have figured out a way to get past this or to do it before I go live. But nope. Nope. We gotta get through it. We gotta experience all the performance anxiety as soon as we hit go. Okay. This spot, I remember where we were at last night. What I want to do is I want to make Kyle a geomancer. But I don't have, I might have just enough money to equip him. That would be exciting. What can I do for you? Yes, I can give you yonder demon bell. This is for these weapons are for the bard. But we can give you a demon bell. Diamond bell. Words are hard. Alright? Words are hard. Because the geomancer is actually pretty cool. And I'm not sure it's in 5. And the next time you'll see a geomancer is in Final Fantasy Tactics. So I'm going to try to play with the classes that I think, keyword here being think, that I think are unique to this game. That's probably not a good thing to promise. But I am definitely going to play with Kyle as a geomancer, and I want to change Noistra to something interesting too. That's fine. Noistra stays a thief for now. We play with these two cool classes. We play with these two cool classes. And hey guys, well, there were 2 people. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the like, Mr. S. I hope you're doing well. I hope work is not kicking your ass too bad. Shoot, I thought that I had saved. I thought that I had stopped at an inn. I'm glad I hadn't. I see why I hadn't. Couldn't steal. I take so much damage from spells. But the terrain, the Geomancer has this ability, terrain, that does an elemental attack, a magical elemental attack, free of cost, based on the terrain that the fight is happening on. How cool is that? And it's really powerful. Like, absurdly powerful. This needs to be a lot smaller. Maybe not that smaller. Okay. Why did that happen? How does Daddy make that? Not like that. Make it big, or... There we go. Move my dumb face. Okay, we just need to do some... We need to do some grinding. We need to do some money acquisition. I need to find the next dungeon. I don't really know what I'm looking for exactly. What? Oh, couldn't steal. Okay. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I don't know where I'm looking for that matter. But, what? Oh, you can't park on rivers with this boat? Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Couldn't steal. Cura. How bad are we in trouble? They drop... You can steal high potions from these guys, so that's not too bad. Oh, no, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Gaining some levels, gaining some... No, did I... Damn it. Yeah, you can't park at rivers in this game. Interesting. What the hell is this? That's an enormous wall. Can I get in there? Oh, this is a neat-looking city. Town, part of the world. It's like a continent-spanning wall wrapped around this town. Oh, shit. Head all the way up my own ass there for a second. I don't know why he's not jumping. I don't know why I make the choices that I make sometimes. Please, Nextra, do a huge amount of damage. Okay. Why can I never see it? There it is. Kyle gets to spend another... Uh-oh. Sorry to say that Kyle gets to spend another fight dead, but... Yeah, okay, well, Kyle gets to spend another fight dead. Sorry, Kyle. I swear to God, I know it's negligence, but it's not for the joke. I'm not doing it on purpose. There's no way to prove that. Oops. How do I get in here? A guy asked me today whether he should care, or why and whether he should care if he's pissing me off or not. And I told him that he should care whether he's pissing me off or not, because I can mute him. And now I don't have to now I don't have to engage with you or not. So if you want to continue engaging with me, what you don't want to do is piss me off. Is this not obvious to people? Huh. There's no obvious way in there. You seem to want to communicate with me. If you continue to annoy me, I will remove your ability to continue communicating with me. Is this not obvious? I don't think it's obvious. I think most people will continue to tolerate someone like that. in an effort to try to win them over or something. I don't know. That's just what I found myself thinking about right there for whatever reason. Let me in. Give up your secrets. We need the experience from running around doing this stuff. So it's fine. This is fine. Oh, you know what? I did put the book title in the uh, title of this video. That's twice today. I've doubled up on title in that exact way. I find that annoying. Uh, let's listen to this book like I promised I would, and then talk about it if it says things worth talking about. I don't understand this guy, what he's talking about. Like when I. What? Tr- Trinitarian theology has nothing to do with socialism. What is. Asking you what this guy is talking about? What are these? Summons. For evokers? The Chocobo, Shiva, Rama, Ifrit, Titan. That's almost in the exact same order that you get them in. That might be the exact same order that you get them in Final Fantasy VII. I don't want to use a sorcerer, though. Sorcerer Summoner. There once was a great and powerful mage named Noah who lived on the Daug continent, but he's no longer with us. Leviathan and Bahamut no longer inhabit these lands. Noah sealed them on the floating continent. Why isn't my summon spell working? Let me try again. Yeah! Okay. Your chocobo's... Oh, not another chocobo. What am I doing wrong? Your chocobo was confused, homie. I am a Golgan, he says. In ancient times, the power of light flooded the world, a cataclysmic event we called the Wrath of Light. Now the same thing is happening with the power of darkness. Something must be summoning it. What is it? What it is, though, I cannot say. All I know is that which once brought balance to the world has thrown it into chaos. If either light or dark were to envelop the other, neither would survive. He wants us to look at the origin of, he wants us to look at the role of Christianity and the origin of the trade unions in Britain and the rest of Europe. I've never heard anybody connect those two things before, so. Oh, he used the example without building it out, because I've never heard anybody suggest that the trade unions in Europe and Britain were Christian at all. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. He was standing still and looked like somebody that needed my attention, and I talked to him, and now I get to watch this happen again. The Trinity isn't in the Bible. He's trying to reverse engineer a Trinity in the Bible, and the Trinity isn't in the Bible. Turtle shell and elixir. Father, Son, Holy Ghost isn't in the. It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Gospels. It's in the Nicene Creed. Ultimate reality is loving, is what he wanted to name this chapter instead of Trinity. Either thing that he would have said is dumb. No, ultimate reality is not love itself. Love doesn't even make sense if you're love as a concept doesn't even make sense if you're trying to shoehorn that definition onto it. Because if the ultimate reality is loving, then loving is the ultimate reality, and I think we all know that sex is not the ultimate reality. I don't think anyone would make that argument in a real way. I'm sure that people have tried to make that argument, but they weren't doing it in a real way. They were doing it in a facile way to get more love, not to get more ultimate reality. Yeah, he's going to define love for us now. Oh, is my battery got a fan on it? Is that what that noise is? It sounds like there's a fan blowing really loud. Maybe I got my battery. Maybe my battery's got a fan in it. I know it's got a fan in it, but maybe the fan is sucking air because I've got it sitting up against the side of my tent. The noise was really freaking me out. What the hell could that be? Love is that we walk in obedience. That doesn't sound like love. That sounds like submission. That sounds like obedience. That doesn't make sense to me. Have I been here? Yeah, I've been here. Please do draw brief conclusions. Love isn't even defined by John in the Gospel, John. It's left as a mystery. What are you talking about? We know love by what it does. That's why when Paul in Corinthians, I think it was Corinthians, it might have been Colossians or one of the others, but when John defines what love is, that's why he uses a negative. A negative definition is because John leaves the definition so specific that Paul couldn't have done that. Paul was also the first Christian writer. I don't know why anybody talks about the Gospels before they talk about Paul. Paul wrote earlier chronologically, like a lot earlier. Now he's talking about Paul when Paul talks about love. God damn it, Kyle. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He said that Jesus saying that God is love is is a unique invention, and then he goes on to say calling Zeus love would make no sense. That's because Zeus has a son whose name is actually love. There is a god in the Greek pantheon. So yet again, Christians saying dumb and wrong-headed things about pagan religion to support their own dumb and wrong-headed ideas. That I find that annoying. How can you read the Phaedrus where he's talking about the god Eros, love, and be confused? The answer is by not reading it at all, but claiming to. There's a reason that he's not stating where he got that idea from, and it's because he yanked it wholesale out of his colon. You shouldn't presume to know anything. This guy just said, I assume that you, like everyone, is just like me. This is the kind of editorial work we're talking about here. You is just like me. Who is you? Is you a name, a proper name? Damn it. Fuck. And now he's explaining to us why we shouldn't say things um, that are prejudiced and unmindful. So, like, the kind of people that this book is written for are deeply stupid and hurtful people. Like, if you have to explain to someone that you shouldn't say things like, she's a Jew, and careful with her money too, if you have to write in your book that saying things like that is inappropriate, you assume that your audience are fucking stupid people. And if you assume that your audience are fucking stupid people, why the hell is your book 20 hours long? What stupid person's gonna finish it? Is that why he's got to front load all this garbage information? He just said that seeing someone as not other than yourself reduces everything that's desirable about them. Wow. Wow. Do we not appreciate how racist that is? If we don't other people, we can't engage the richness of their intimacy, he just said. Wow. That is one of the most stunningly racist things I have ever heard anyone say. Well done. I would turn this off if not for you guys. This would not be in my brain. What a garbage human being. Well, what he just said makes sense to me now, and why Christians talk to me the way they do. He said that if we view the other through the lens of Jesus's glory, we will get to see the 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 majesty of the opportunity to show someone love. And that's why people approach me from a place of superiority and tell me things like, "You need to repent because I love you." Repent for what? What do you think I did that I need to repent for? Well, you're alive. You're a human being. You must be a sinner. So what I need to repent to your God for is being alive? No, thank you. I don't owe your God an apology or repentance for being alive. By your logic and your damn theology, the only reason I am alive is because he made me. For what do I owe him penance? And this is why I reject Christianity. Just wholesale. I reject the members of the church. Members and the leaders. I don't reject Jesus, but I choose the position that Jesus is a fictional character because nobody who calls themselves by his title acts like him. So he was a fiction. Because if he weren't a fiction, Peter and Paul would have acted like him. And yeah, what gave you, Mr. S wants to know, what gives you the idea that I haven't repented for the wrongs that I have caused or that I have done in my life? What gives you the right to assume that I'm the kind of person who doesn't repent when I do wrong and when I know I've done wrong? Who do you think you are? I've done that more than a few times with Christians, just really made my live chats about asking and demanding, Kyle, buddy, how are you taking one shots and nobody else is? What the fuck does it even mean, God's Trinitarian discourse of love? What does that even mean? God doesn't discourse. Discourse is what philosophers do. Sophists, too. Wow. No, they don't. I was arguing with a woman about this today. He just said that wars follow the playbook of coercion by powerful people over the people that they've conquered, and then he used a lot of the liberal buzzwords that you're not allowed to use on Twitter. And what I'm beginning to notice is that this guy reads a lot of Democrat literature and doesn't like that the Democrats have monopolized formerly Christian ideas. And so he's just taking critical race theory from the universities and he's just swapping the names and the concepts for apparently Christian ones. This is abhorrent. This is like vile, loathsome. It's not there's almost no violent coercion across history. Almost no violent coercion. Scotland and Ireland are like the uh, outliers. They're the uh, exceptions that prove the rule. Oh, we got a bunch of. We are researching the artifacts excavated from the ancient ruins. Hmm. And nobody remembers that for a while they were underwater, turned to stone. Nobody's aware of it. That's interesting. Interestingly consistent. Whew, he took a huge amount of damage from that, and he's gonna die. Power expressed in and he said that the difference yeah, he's just arguing with Marxists. The difference in power expressed with and in love and the difference in power expressed in and with force? Are you fucking kidding me? People force love onto you all the time. This virtue signaling of I'm doing it because I love you explains so much of the behavior of the Christians that roll through my lives. I don't have the chat where I can see that. Sorry about that, Mel. I see you. Hello, hello. Um, yeah, I hear you, Mel. As far as and hello, Mr. S. As far as the dropping everything and getting a tent, I did that once under different circumstances, maybe, but I did that once. I wouldn't recommend it. It's. Oh, I'm never gonna kill this thing doing that. Let's maybe leave. Well, I can't. Okay. Let's just get the fuck out of this fight before something stupid happens, because I wasn't paying attention to the amount of damage that I was doing. I've gotten so used, and I should apologize to Mel for that, but I've gotten so used to my chat not working that I didn't even look to see if it was. It is. We sent a team deeper into the ruins, but an earthquake collapsed that adamantite wall. Now we can no longer get in or out. There was a cave in, and now we're at an impasse. Literally, we can't go any further. Move. Adamantite blocks the path. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. And now he's just straight up referencing the Greek myth of Narcissus and acting like that's a Christian myth. He's just straight up quoting, straight up ripping off Narcissus. And he's also referencing Hegel, who is one of history's most vile racists. So everything this guy is saying is racism. No wonder he would be so against critical race theory. Critical race theory is insisting that everything he thinks and believes is vile racism. Come on. I needed you to not kill him. We need to get the hell out of here. This cave is gonna fucking kill us. This is not where we're supposed to be. This continent is way too powerful. Please, Alec, get the hell out. Yikes. Violence or love? What are you talking about? The Catholic Church explained all of their crusades as acts of love. What are you talking about? Nothing that you say makes sense, dude. Love and violence are not opposites to Christianity. Jesus absorbing all of those injuries was an act of love. All of the violence that the Romans did to him was an act of love. What are you talking about? Well, now he's talking about Nietzsche, acts of the will, so he can't be a Christian. He's so confused. You can tell that he spends a lot of time on college campuses. This right here is cognitive dissonance. This guy is confused. Literally confused. He has fused Marxism and modern neoliberal or modern neo-humanist liberalism into a Christian worldview Frankenstein. Because all of the places that he goes, the Marxist socialists, the communists, the neo-humanist liberals, everywhere he goes, the neo-modernists, they're not called neo-modernists, they're called postmodernists. Everywhere he goes among his postmodernist colleagues and friends, they're telling him that everything he believes within his secret heart of hearts and his religion is unconscionable evil. And so he had to make a book saying that they were wrong, just taking everything that they believe, that he believes, because he hangs out in their circles, and saying that it's Christianity. But nothing he's saying, I have to talk over it, or it'll get inside my brain. Nothing he's saying is true. Oh, it was a 7-minute camp talk and not a philosophical treatise, but I'm definitely putting it in this 20-hour book. Told you, he just said that his work is a salve for humanist arrogance. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? He thinks of his work as a salve for humanist arrogance, and I didn't mean to steal. I meant to run. And then I got annoyed and I hit the wrong button. And that just happened. That was my fault. The idea of sin as an offense against God, he says, doesn't make sense. How does that not? It's what the Jews believe. It's what Jesus believed. But please, tell us that what Jesus believed didn't make sense while you're telling me that Jesus' worldview is the one that we need to get back to and have our world leaders, fall. Yeah, it's an insanely ironic and arrogant thing to say. Just crazy. Everything this guy is writing is mind fucked. Mind fucked cult. If it turned out that he were a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness, I would not be surprised at all. Oh, now he's quoting Aristotle. Wow. He just suggested that his audience might think that Aristotle's reputation isn't as deserved as it might seem. Are you fucking kidding me? Beginnings and origins are different, you see, according to this guy. Beginnings are secular, and origins are something else. Origins are foundational. This guy is a stupid person. I won't be finishing this book, guys. I will be reading this book. I don't need more of this, and neither do you. There's nothing in this that will edify you spiritually or cognitively. I try to at least give him the credit for the first chapter. Okay, fine. First chapters tend to be but no. It's not getting better. And first chapters don't actually tend to be bad. Usually first chapters are the best, because that's the only part that got any editing, because that's the only part that the producer, the publisher, the agent, and the editor actually read. And so this is rapidly unraveling into very, very, very bad scholarship. Thoroughly modern in how terrible it is. Extra biblical creation accounts is what we're talking about. He said that people who read comparative mythology see the Genesis, Webster's College of Smart Sounding Words. Yeah, that's called sophism. He's a fucking sophist, absolutely. But he's talking about how, oh, what did I do? Didn't mean to do that. He's talking about how uh, origin myths tended to have blood and death and dismemberment, and that that Genesis is unique for not having those things. Genesis doesn't not have those things. It doesn't say the method in which the gods created the the cosmos. It just says that they did. Yeah, and now because of his ignorance, he's just talking about a series of Indo-European he's talking about a series of Indo-European languages and how their myths are remarkably similar. Yeah, no shit, dick nuts. And this is why the Dunning-Kruger effect should prevent everyone from publishing and seeking publication, especially in the intellectual fields. Because if you can't self-doubt that the Hittites and the Greeks have similar religions because of 100 years of scholarship saying that they have the same fucking they have the same fucking language ancestor, if you can't rationalize those two things, you don't deserve to be alive. I'm sorry. You don't deserve to be an author. I don't mean the alive part. I'm sure there are a lot of perfectly adequate people that, hearing that the Hittites and the Greeks share an ancestor language, wouldn't immediately go, oh, I bet they share the same gods, don't they? Yes, because the gods are the ancestors. They might have different names, but wow, they seem to be doing the same things in all of their stories. Because they're the same motherfucking people. That's not true. He tries to say that the cosmogenesis of Genesis has nobody losing an appendage, nobody dying, but that's not true. The first story that happens as soon as the cosmos has genicized is that someone is murdered in the name of the cosmos. Anyway, I gotta piss. Deal with that. Normally I would use nicer language, but that felt nice to say at that moment. Yeah, it was good until humans showed up. Is the whole theme of the Hebrew Bible. It was good until humans showed up. What kind of message is that? God had a plan, and that plan faced no opposition. That's why there's a character named Hasatan, the opposer. You're right. God had no opposition. That's why one of God's names is Hasatan, the opposer. You're right. That makes sense. There's no conflict in Genesis 1, y'all. Remember that. There's no conflict in Genesis 1. That is not properly translated as in the beginning God um, created the heavens and the earth. That is not how that is translated. The in the beginning is actually an extremely complex Hebrew phrase that I don't remember, but it doesn't mean at the beginning of time, uh, and it doesn't mean the creation of reality. And the created, I'm sorry, the gods is actually what it says. It says Elohim. It does not say El. It says Elohim. It says, in the beginning, the gods created the heavens and the earth. And it doesn't say by what means they did that. It just says that they did that. So arguing anything else is very, very bad biblical literal criticism, let alone trying to derive a critical theory from that. At the beginning, the very first quotation from his Bible that he chooses to have a critical theory about, he's wrong because he's reading it in English instead of in Hebrew. Can we appreciate that if you're going to do Hebrew studies and you're going to make a worldview based on a Hebrew book, that doing so from English first is the work of a stupid person, right? Only a person who doesn't know better would make that error. So only somebody who is educated at a secular liberal university that doesn't believe that universities came out of the Christian Catholic tradition could believe something that stupid. Mr. S, this book is literally so bad, it's stressing me out badly enough that I need to smoke. You're right. I don't do a lot of smoking cigarettes when I play these games at night. Thank you for calling that out and pointing it out to my attention. I know that you're kind of joking, but the stress response of having a cigarette is something that I need to manage. I need to be aware of when it's happening. So thank you. But you're right. This is stressing me out so bad because I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna quit. We're gonna do it until I just literally it's pissing me off enough that it's distracting the channel, making mistakes in the game. But this is what I said I want to do. I want to read these books. I want to know what people know, what they think they know, and yeah, every joke has a kernel of truth. I believe that too, Mr. S. He said that every joke contains a little truth, and every joke begins at the truth. I believe that. That's why I will go to my grave insisting that comedy is tragedy. It's tragedy and drama are the two masks, not tragedy and comedy. The difference in comedy and drama is tragedy. What? He just said that monotheism has room for deities so long as those deities have the same life patterns as mortals. I've never heard anybody say that before. That right there is an extremely strained argument for how Jesus could be both Godhead and human. A naturalist can object to God, to something being a lowercase God, very easily. I have never met a God in human form before. As a naturalist, I can easily deny that's possible. Where is the genetic evidence? What is the genetic deity? Oh, now he's talking about the Platonic demiurge. Of course, he's talking about the demiurge. He would need to get the demiurge out ahead of all of this very early, because the Platonic demiurge is one thing, but the Gnostic demiurge is God, the God of reality that he is claiming, a liar. The Gnostic demiurge is the great evil of the Gnostic pantheon, and his God is that. His supreme reality is the great evil of the Gnostic pantheon. So he would want to get out ahead of that very quickly, and he would want very much to try to dismiss philosophy in the way that he is. Because, like I say all the time, philosophy is a religion. It is the religion that is Christianity. And Christianity to make philosophy democratic. Jesus undercuts our ability to make images of gods and apply God to other. What? Okay. I feel like I've been running around island hopping for a while. I've found where I can easily hang without getting my ass kicked. I think it's time to go talk to people. And yes, my battery has a fan. It's gonna be really high level shit. How does the interaction between the many gods of the Bible make it distinctive from other ancient religions? And then why is he trying to tell me that the Bible did that, whatever I just said, and now he's talking about Latin. He's talking about all these different Latin magic words. He knows that Latin was pagan before it was Christian, right? He knows that Latin isn't a language that was developed in order to express Christian ideas. He knows that, right? He has to know that, right? Because Hebrew was a language that was developed in order to express Jewish ideas. Does he think Latin was developed to express Christian ideas? And now he's using other to not mean human beings, but other than human, the supernatural. He's using the other and the capital to mean the supernatural. Why? What? God's majesty isn't his metaphysical otherness, but his supreme holiness. That's what holy means. That's what the word means, is other. Wholly set apart. Yeah, I would like one of each of what he had when he wrote this. I don't know if you mean that, Mr. S, because what he had, what he had was a series of differently weighted mallets with which he beat himself in the head. I don't know if you want a series of differently weighted mallets with which to beat yourself in the head. Wow, this is such a... Mr. S says he retracts what he said. This is such a tortured and mind-fucked argument he's making. He's like, God is either immanent or transcendent, but the way his transcendence works is through constant immanence. He can't be both. No, if he's transcendent, we have to transcend to approach him. It doesn't mean he's unapproachable. It means he's transcendent. And if he's immanent, that means we can't escape his care and love, he says. If he's immanent, we can't escape the violence that he's going to force on us. Does this man not appreciate what he's saying? I know that what he tried to say is that violence and love are dichotomized opposites in the same chapter that he was trying to say that all things Christian are trinities, and therefore they don't have dichotomy. They don't have polar opposites in their theology. So I just don't understand. This argument is so fucking tortured. The gratuity of the universe, more like the gratuity of your argument, sir. God did not create because he had to. He created for his reasons. Sure. And what if those reasons were that the universe had to be created by him? Because that's the actual theological position. Theology this man has ever read is Saint Augustine of Hippo. That's the only theology he's ever read. And then other people who have also read that. God owns all our treasure, all our time, all our talents, and our very selves. There is nothing we can add to him. There is nothing that we can be great, no way that we can be greater than he already is. I don't know that I disagree with those. Those are from one of the gospels. That's a quote from one of the gospels, but it doesn't support his argument. It's just a truism written in the gospels. That's why I get so upset with these people. Okay, what you said was a truism, but in what way is it true to the argument or the conversation that we're having? Sometimes we'll find it as the figure of gratuity. Sometimes we'll find it as the figure of superabundance. Can someone please tell me the difference in freeness and superabundance? If it's superabundant, it's valueless. So it's gratuitous. When we talk about when we talk about when we talk about superabundant nudity or sexual behavior in a movie, what do we call it? We call it gratuitous. Overabundant, we call it gratuitous. So I don't understand how he thinks there's a difference in gratuitous and overabundant, and how he thinks he can say that it's self-evident that there is one. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me in the way we use words. What? The core doctrine of creation in Christianity is not that the world came into existence, but that it did not need to. What are you talking about? It did need to. It needed, the universe needed to come into existence in order for you to come to the conclusion that it didn't need to. You could not have come to the conclusion that the universe needed to come to existence if it hadn't come to existence. Yes, this is the 5.5 pound mallet. The universe didn't need to come into existence in order for me to have this thought, but it is a necessary a precondition of my having this thought. It didn't need it. It's just a necessary precondition. What does need mean? Doing the Jordan Peterson, I understand that a lot of people think that that's shallow dialectic, the Jordan Peterson. Well, what does blank word mean? But seriously, what do you think need means if it doesn't mean necessitates? What are you talking about? Western thoughts, constant need for causes and consequences. Have you not read Thomas Aquinas? All he talks about for hours of that book is God as a causeless cause. And okay, okay. He's trying to reject earlier Christian theology because he can't be bothered to read it. He's trying to reinvent the wheel, and I'm done with this. I've had enough of your voice and your writing. I have had enough. That's an hour of that, and my life will never be the same. I will never not be angry about that. Okay, let's go talk to these people now that I no longer have his fucking voice in my ear. Dow Continent South, but good luck getting there. The high winds. I remember that. Greetings. Have you heard of the Dark Blade? I are on a quest to find it. Geomancers. Yep. I don't want to read those songs again. Deal a lot of damage. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. High speed. Wait, who's high speed airship? Saronia's high speed airship. I just had a thought. I forgot I had one of those. I forgot I could do this. So maybe there's a body of water up here I can land in. The answer to that question is a resounding no. Okay. Is this continent? This stuff is just too high level. This is obviously not where I'm supposed to be. Oh, what did I do? Oh, God. Oh, God. Please don't have shot down my airship. Aw, man. Okay. I found the next narrative section. Urgh. Castle Saronia. Oh, well, they have a high-speed airship that'll allow me to go. Why must we fight our brethren? It's pure madness. Fight for your honor and our lives. All on the losing side will be branded as traitors and executed. It's not fair. All on the losing side, I have a feeling. Yep. Okay. So there's a war happening here. What makes you think you outsiders can just waltz into the castle grounds? By order of the king, no one is allowed inside. Heard that. Well, I didn't want to waltz inside, but you shot down my airship, you dicks. Do you know how long it took me to get that? Not that long. It wasn't that bad. Northwestern Saronia. Hey, pal. There was once a tunnel that connected the dungeons of Castle Saronia to the bottom of the ocean. It's blocked off now, but maybe you could get in from the ocean floor. Oh, why do I want to do that? How the hell am I supposed to get to the ocean floor? It is sealed shut. Heard that. Okay. You can find information on anything at the Saronia Library. This is the Saronia Library. You're not allowed in. I cannot find anything in the Saronia Library, madam. The king has split his military forces in half and set the two against each other. It's madness. All the shops have been shuttered by royal decree, but people can still get their hands on weapons. That shop's open, at least. That makes sense. I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Gigametz's shadow looked like a giant bird, like the mythic Garuda. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, when I'm considering lighting another cigarette with the one I just finished, it's time to be done. It's time to be done with whatever I'm doing. I don't need to put myself through this. It's not going to help me sleep. Oh, I was realizing that I was actually amping myself up. I was getting myself manic. I'm not going to fall asleep if I kept reading that book. Oh, if only Prince Alice were here. Maybe things would be different. Weird. I wonder if I could, like, frog myself and talk to those frogs if they speak English when you're a frog. We're not going to find out, but I wonder. Yeah, now that I've turned that book off and let myself relax, listen to that. I'm relaxed again. The king refuses to hear counsel. If anyone dares to speak out, he puts them to death right then and there. I did need to do all of that grinding, though, so I'm glad I did it. I wanted to take an hour and listen to a book, and I... Oh, okay. That makes... Well, these are going to all be Gasol greens. I approve. Good job, game. If we needed the bank, they have made Gasol greens readily available for free. They are not punitive with their Gasol greens. That doesn't have to be the case in a game like this. Saronia is divided. Yeah, I figured that out when the first one I walked in was called Northwest. I had a feeling. There was a young man in the tavern who was a dead ringer for the prince. He's in this tavern, right here. I'll move your ass. Um, Dead ringer. The guy is literally wearing a crown. Get a load of this brat. He thinks he's the prince. What a laugh. Wahaha. But there, hey there, little prince. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Leave him alone. Oh, that was us. Oh, the liars. Excuse me. Oh, the liar prince's buddies have shown up. Sick 'em, boys. Why do you want to beat us up? What did we do to you? Hmm. I hope everything's okay with my battery. I didn't hear it making all that loud fan noise earlier today. I hope everything's good. It's probably just that it's stuck in a small spot in my tent. It just wasn't making all that noise previous nights. Hey, good job, Mr. S, with the blizzaga to the face. Kyle's job is 14. Ouch! Oof! Have mercy. Aren't we kids? Well, they did say kids have a loose understanding of morals. Fireball it is. I am Alice, son of King Gorn, and heir to the throne of Saronia. Thank you for coming to my aid. What on earth has happened to Saronia? This is not easy to say, but my father is changed. He suddenly pitted our armed forces against one another. I tried to talk sense into him, but he couldn't be swayed. He sent me into exile. I realize you are but travelers to our land, but would you lend me your aid? I must return to the castle and reason with my father. Of course, your highness. Thank you. Alice joined the party. And then he goes right back into the middle of these goons. That's how much he trusted us. Hey, can we talk to a bartender yet? This motherfucker. We just cannot get a drink in this game. We are supposed to be children, as Mr. S reminded me. I had forgotten for a second. Okay. They said the weapons spot was the only one that's still open. I don't see a... I'm guessing that this is... No. Why did... Okay. Nope. I guess the weapons shop is in a different part of town? Thank heavens you're alive, your highness. I wanted you to have this, so I snuck out of the castle grounds. Wind spear? I'm into that. Hell yeah, I'm into that. Um... Yep. I'm beginning to think, just between you and me, Mr. S, you're level 83 at Red Mage, and you only have 2 level 4 spell slots. I'm beginning to think that doesn't come with your job level. the spell slots. I'm beginning to think it comes with the class level, which I disapprove of. I don't know what the job level is even for if it doesn't improve your spell slots. The tower in the middle of this district is known as Dragon Spire. The dragons keep their prized treasure up at the top. Heard that, kid. You're going to climb the Dragon Spire? Don't be ridiculous. That place is crawling with monsters. If this meaningless fighting continues, all of Saronia will be razed to the ground. Word around town is that Prince Alice is now in exile. Only a dragoon can defeat the avian monster Garuda. That's what I heard. Heard that. I don't have enough spears to make all 4 of my dudes Garudas, so hopefully we don't need to make all 4 of them Garuda in order to survive that fight. Why are there chocobos in this? Well, that wasn't what I thought would happen. Did you know that most geomancers and bards train in Duster? It's on a small island to the east. I did know that, darling. By order of the king, no one is allowed in or out of Saronia Castle. I know. I can't believe my eyes. Minister Gigamet's shadow looked like the giant bird. Did I already come here? Yeah, I've been. Haven't I been here? These people don't have new information. Only a dragoon. Yeah, these people don't have new information to offer. What do we got for weapons? Thunder Spear. I cannot. I still. What are you talking about? That's better. It's not better. I still, even after all that grinding, still don't have enough money. Maybe that's why people prefer this one to 2, is this one rewards the grind in a different way with the jobs and the job levels. But Prince Alice, let me pass. But you've been exiled, Your Highness. I cannot let you through. What is it? The king has given them permission to enter. What's up, dude? What's up, wowzers? The DOO dude. You a fan of the Disgaea games? The Prinnies? Forgive me, Your Highness. Please come through. Man, that would be sweet, actually, if NIS America had ports to the Switch. Would be fucking sweet. Those games, Disgaea would be fucking sweet to play for an audience. Your audience with His Majesty is scheduled for tomorrow. This room is yours to use as you wish until then. Rest well tonight. You know they're going to set this room on fire, drop a bunch of snakes in it, fill it with poison gas. Something fucking horrible is about to happen to us because the light didn't go off on Prince Alice. Yep. Hey, Mr. S, are you awake? Yeah, I'm awake, Your Highness. Do you have a crush, Mr. S? What? Alice, I'm trying to sleep, man. I can't sleep for worry, Alice says. What could my father be thinking? Am I not his own flesh and blood? Does he not care for me? I know that's actually Alec. How could a father exile his own son? What manner did he do it in? That's how he could do it. He must care for you, Your Highness. There isn't a parent in the world that doesn't love their child. There are 2 of them. There must be something else to this. Perhaps. Tomorrow we can meet with the king and ask for an explanation. That does little to assuage my worry. Also, no, I don't have a crush. Oh God, the king came here personally in the middle of the night to murder us both. Ah, the king did attack with a knife! Death to the prince! Father, stop! What's come over you? Minister Gigametz entered the room. What are you doing, sire? Don't stop. Kill the prince. Don't stop. Kill him! Kill him! Schlunk. The king turned the knife on himself instead. Father! I won't be manipulated any longer. But how? How could he withstand my mind control? I would rather die than raise a hand against my beloved son. I will not submit to your manipulation. Then you will perish, fool. The prince will join you shortly. Stop! You'll have to get past us first. Humph. You're barely worth the trouble. I'll dispose of you in no time. Gigamet's attacks. Yikes! That was dramatic. I was joking. I didn't think bro was actually going to try to kill his boy. That's your son, King. That's your King Louis the 13th, King. King not Louis the 13th. The Sun King? That was a bad joke, but does anybody get it? Versailles? No? I'll go. Kyle, I swear to God. I have never had a character as unlucky as these characters I'm naming Kyle. God damn it. There might be a reason that they suggested that only dragoons can survive this fight, and it's probably going to be that dumb shit. They're just going to hit me over and over and over, and he's not going to survive that round. Fuck, man. I don't want to do more grinding. I don't want to watch that scene again either. Sigh. Here we go. And if this doesn't work, I guess we're just going to have to grind up to about 1,000 HP. Just going to have to grind HP. That was a tough opponent, Wowzers. This game is a lot more difficult than the first and second games. In my experience, from my perspective, this game is a lot more difficult than the first two were. And that's probably just the remaster left at original difficulty. But I've been thinking about it all day, and I think what I've been doing wrong is I think this game wants you to manipulate the jobs a lot more often than what I'm doing. This might be legitimately the only way you can survive this, and a high potion isn't worth it. I guess I could have had him heal. I need to be counting the damage that I've done in my head. We're about 6, that's about 9, 1,000. They're like 2K. Ouch. And he still got to hit me with that. Damn. Fuck. I'm just gonna have to grind up more HP. 700 is just not enough. And he keeps getting so lucky with that shit. Damn, he gets so lucky with being able to cast it like that over and over and over again. I'm just gonna have to grind. There's just no choice. We just have to grind. And that's okay. I don't mind. It's not particularly visually stimulating, but I don't have any choice. We can't get out of this city, I don't think. Yeah, we can't get out of here. I didn't know that was going to happen. Flying over this, I didn't know that was going to happen. So what we're going to do, because we have this option, is we're going to cheat a little bit. I'm not worried about the XP. I'm worried about this. And watch us not be able to get into random encounters out here. Oh, thank goodness. I was starting to worry. Legitimately, I was starting to worry. It bothers me. Part of why that book was starting to get under my skin is it really bothers me when people speak confidently outside of their expertise. If, God damn it, if your expertise is the Bible, and then you're going to talk about things that don't have anything to do about with the Bible, you need way better sources than none. You need to demonstrate way wider reading than none at all. Just confidently saying things that aren't true because you assume that your audience don't know any better is not okay. That is unacceptable. That's annoying. I swear to God, I've spent more time with dead party members in this game. Maybe it's that I'm lower level than I need to be. The auto sort on this is really annoying. Um, Maybe it's that I'm lower level than I need to be, but I really feel like this game is just a lot more difficult than the other two were, and it's probably me. But it would make sense to me if this game innovated the Phoenix Down, where they're like, okay, well, you can bring people back to life for, or like in the field for whatever, that they would just make it harder. They just make it really kick your ass like this. But my gear probably isn't good either. I know it's not now. I can't improve it now. It's funny. It's funny. I like it. When I've said in the past that this game has balance issues, this that it might have just been that I was playing through it too fast because I had the strategy guide. I gotta be able to take. God damn it! He's gotta be able to take 2 hits. That's crazy. They're supposed to avoid hitting the back row, and they'll just pummel on him, man. I hope I don't sound angry and like I'm bitching and not having a good time. I like this. It's just, shit. Lots of experience. Lots of money. I need the money because I'm spending so much. I don't actually need the money either, but I am spending a lot of money. Oh no, we do want the money. I need 4 spears. Probably want 8 spears. Legitimately. It's because he's a black mage, isn't it? It might be. Even though he is an elementalist right now, he does look like a black mage. He has black face for certain right now. Inappropriate. And appropriate humor. It's funny though. It's funny to say. It's not funny to mean. Come on. Oh my gosh. These take so much damage. They just do so much damage as a percentage of our health. Da da da. I don't remember where the N was. That's not gonna cure my fucking poison. This is hilarious to me. I don't sound like I'm laughing. Bring it on, game. Maybe we go into the tower to grind levels. Maybe that's what it wants us doing. Taking the prince back is suicide. This is not where the weapon shop was. But anyway, We're going to come here for a moment. Yes. And then we're going to do something bananas and silly, but we're going to do it. Because I legitimately think that's what they want us to do. So bear with me as I remember where the hell this is. There we go. We come in here. It's cool to me, though, playing this game. I had a similar idea. This walled city with 4 cities inside it. I had a similar idea. It's not 4 cities, but a collection of cities all around, all surrounded by one greater wall with walls dividing off each of the individual cities was an idea that I explored in one of my fantasy series right after high school. I don't have that anywhere that anybody could see it, so you can't know what, or you can't confirm or deny whether I'm lying. But that is a thing that's an idea that I had before I played this game. Okay. Yes. Now, what was it hitting me with? Lightning? Or was it hitting me with fire? Oh, I see why you think what you think. Okay, that's a weird thing. Would that ice shield actually make me vulnerable to ice? It doesn't say it would. Oh boy, they're not wearing armor. Maestra's not wearing any armor, and I don't have an armor shop that I can go into to get them heavy armor. But I legitimately think this is what they want me to do. That's not how you leave. This is how you leave. So we're just going to run around a little bit and get them proficient with these classes, get them a few levels. Whee! And then we're going to try it again. Probably prematurely. I don't have a joke for that. I was trying to workshop a premature bossulation joke there, but it doesn't work. Ah, you're not good at what you were trying to do. Make a big triangle. Now, diagonal left. No. Why won't it do it? Roll diagonal left. It won't do it. Diagonal down and... Why won't it do it? Why won't it do it? That's weird. It'll do it down and right. No, not on purpose, it won't. That's weird. Down and left. Hey, sort of got it to work. Catiblepas. That's a name. So this is what this boss fight's going to look like. Ouch, you hit him. Donk. Doink. And then hopefully fonk, flamp, we are able to stack up enough damage, bonk, that we kill him before he's able to kill us. It didn't work last time. We're going to get everybody to job level 10. And we're going to hope that we can just keep him basically unable to hit us. But I have a feeling, damn it, that's not how it's going to work. Why? How did you target Kyle? How? There were 3 of them. You had a 66% chance to target somebody that wasn't on the battlefield, but you were going to target Kyle anyway. How? This game. It's like you seem to have exposed your testicles. Allow me to hit them. And they don't have tents. That's what I've been looking for that I haven't been able to find. You can't buy tents. That's funny. Hilarious. If I sound angry, it's just an emotional response to not being good at things. I find this very funny. The probabilities seem so low, but if the game like Mr. S suggested this a couple nights ago. If the game is designed to attack people that you leave low health or your highest DPS party members, if it's designed to do that, then I'm just playing into its hands over and over and over and over again. But like, why? There are three of them. Two of them attack the same target. Why? It's hilarious, but also why? There's nothing that I can do to prepare it for it except for just be constantly casting heal spells, which is something I don't like to do, which it might be training me that I need to just get over it and do it anyway. Thwomp, you're dead now, though. And so on some level, the bitching that I'm doing here is me coping with my pathological demand avoidance being triggered just over and over and over again. I find it very funny. Bring it on, game. Yeah, attack Mr. S 3 times in a row. You're a motherfucker! Damn it. God damn it. Just end every fight at low health. Alright. We're gonna do one more fight. And then we're gonna try this again. Not gonna work. Oh man, this is insane what I've got myself into. I'm in a situation where I could probably spend the next probably 2 or 3 hours of game time trying to make this fight easy. And I could probably do it. No, I'm not gonna do it on stream. But like if I just wanted to take some time tomorrow or even after the stream and just do this, I probably really should. But I don't want to get super high level. I didn't save either. So we're just gonna be right back to this screen as our autosave. I'm relying way too hard on autosave. What I should have done was save before I flew over here, and then we wouldn't have this problem at all. I'd go find somewhere else. But this is where they hinted that I should go. The guy said that I needed to find, basically said that if I wanted to go to that spot with the wind that blows the airship away, that I have to have Saronia's high-speed airship. All of the hints that I have been given were pushing me in this direction. Ugh. And they told me how to beat this Garuda. The thing is, I can't heal. Once it starts to do damage to me, I can't sustain it. Come on, and this is a long cutscene. There we go. Let's do it. We can do this. Jump and jump and jump and jump. Jump, 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 jump. It attacks. We land. Woo, big hit. 3, 4. And then it attacks with lightning. Ouch. And we cannot take 2 of those, so hopefully we get it this turn. Hopefully it has 4,000 health or fewer. Because I don't have another one of those in me. That wasn't as much damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage, Alec. He says, oh, you want it to have 4,000 health or fewer? How about if I do 4166? Legitimately now, I think this is how the game wants to be played. My picking classes and sticking to them, grinding up real big numbers with one class per character. I don't think that's how this game wants us playing it. Aelus, my son, I have been under the minister's control for so long. Father, it's not your... I do not deserve forgiveness, nor do I expect it. Just know that your return has saved me. My soul is now freed from that torturous hold. Aelus, please, you must take your rightful place on the throne and bring peace to Saronia once more. Urgh. Father, I love you, my son. Uh, uh, uh. Your Highness, you have my thanks, Alec. Like a fool, I doubted my father's love. You're not a fool. You clearly loved him. I will assume the throne as the rightful king of Saronia, as was my father's wish. Without your help, Gigametz's crimes would never have come to light. Thank you. All hail King Aelus. Thank you, brave warriors. Well, that feels good. I I am glad that I was able to get through that, because I was going to feel real dumb if I wasn't able to figure that out. Aelus left the party. I was going to feel real dumb for not knowing that that was there and walking right into it. But we persevered, and we're just going to remain dragoons. It's actually kind of cool that all four of us are dragoons because of how dragoons were introduced in the previous game. Hooray for the Warriors of Light! That's good to hear. Ho there, listen to this song. Damn it! Beneath the seas, under waves that mourn, lies a temple abandoned and torn, and South Saronia between the horns. Heard that. Oh there, god damn it. Noah's lute can resound with dreams, but it now lies dormant, some would deem, in the temple of time, or so it seems. There's a secret passageway on the first floor of this tower that leads to the treasure vault. You know, good looking out, buddy. As my father wished, I will usher in a new era of peace in Saronia. No, not just Saronia, the whole world. I cannot wallow in self-pity forever. Hurrah for King Aelus! I grant you free reign in my kingdom. You are welcome to anything you may deem useful to your noble quest. Now, when you say welcome, because this chair, you see, I like a place to sit down. That's probably not what you mean. This is the second floor. Alright, he said there was an invisible wally wall. Where are you at? Probably right here where it's marked on the wall. That I do appreciate that they mark where the rusty mail. This city might be able to kiss my ass. Rusty mail. Golem staff sounds cool. Scholar hat sounds cool. Thorian hammer sounds cool. The rusty mail situation. What's that about? Rune bow. Rune bow sounds cool. I know somebody who likes bows. Why am I struggling with this? Neat. And Mr. S with the golem staff and the Tearfing. Mr. S remains um, a red mage. Because he's level 86. God damn it, that's why. Can you put on some armor, please? Just make me feel a little bit better. Yeah, whatever. Dual wield spears, whatever. It was kinda hilarious watching Kyle fly through the air with two spears in hand. That's an interesting fake wall situation we just ran into there. Earthen Bale, Earthen Bell, Viking Helm, Dragon Helm, Viking Mail, Gaia Vest. Okay, well, I have changed my mind, Mr. S, as regards your profession. You're a Viking now. Deal with it. Noestra, you go back to your natural class. Fuck it. You go back to your natural class. Yeah, because we've got two golem staves. How? Oh, no, I don't have two golem staves. I needed you to dual wield staves because that shit's too hilarious not to do. Look at this. Golem stave and a light stave. It's like that moment when uh, that wizard beat that other wizard by dual wielding their staves. His name wasn't Gollum the wizard. His name wasn't Merlin the wizard either. His name was Gandalf. There we go, I got there. When Gandalf and Saruman were dueling and he goes, I've got two staves now. That's what Nuestra... Why did I walk up there? That's what Nuestra is doing at all times now. And then Mr. S, the Viking, has a hammer and a morning star. Why is the morning star an axe and not a hammer? Questions that don't need answers. There's a door down here to get out of this fucking... What a weird looking castle. Anyway, moving on.
When he died, the great mage Noah bequeathed his powers to his 3 disciples, Zandi, Doga, and Une.
Heard that.
The only ones powerful enough to cause the calamity we are facing now are those 3 mages in Daug. You must head for the Daug continent now, warriors.
Okay. I don't have any way of leaving this continent. Unless... Am I about to steal your prized possession? Because King, Alice, I chose Alice. That looks like a boss. This is a dead end. Okay. The chest contained Phoenix down. I don't feel good about what's happening, so I'm going to do this. Because that guy over there looks like the kind of guy... This is a dead end. You were not kidding. Why is this a dead end? There used to be a tunnel here back in the day. Yeah, I can see that there is a tunnel here back in the day. And that guy looks like he wants to fight about it. How do I bet. No, this is how I got down there in the first place. Weird. Alright, well, nice to talk to you, fam. You'll probably see from me again. Ooh, we're the Ceronian Engineer Corps. You're welcome to take our Nautilus airship. It was dug out of some ancient ruins, and we fixed it up. We'll go get it. Okay. Why didn't you go? Oh, because it's funnier if you don't. Go. Huh? Wait for me. Alright, now this is... Remember when we were talking about things being overmuch and calling them gratuitous? This is gratuitous. It's cute, though. Maybe the game has to do, like, some interior stuff. We parked it outside the castle for you. The Nautilus should even get you through the gales of the Daug continent. Fly safely. Obtain the Nautilus airship. Neato. And now I can do that thing that I said that we were suggested to come here for. So do I not need to do the haunted tower? Do I not need to do death game? Second wall to the right in the mage's quarters. Is this the mage's quarters? I think I did that. I know I did that. Okay. And so wait a minute. That looks like a sub. This doesn't look like an airship. This looks like a submarine. No, it's not a submarine. Let's get that out of the way now. Can I buy weapons? Do I have money? Fuck yeah, I have money. Cheating, children, is bad. But it is what winners do. No, it's not. Winners don't cheat. Unless they're the New England Patriots. Thank you for that second like. Thank you guys for being here. We got about 20 minutes. I'm starting to wind down. What's this do? Paralysis. Okay. I don't have anybody that can cast black magic. I don't prefer the way the spell books work in this game over how they worked in the second. Eventually, I will stop comparing them so directly. This rune staff is better. I almost want just 2 rune staves over the golem stave. But I don't need to... Staff. I don't need to spend that much money. I don't need all those spears anymore. We can sell those. Da-da-da-dee-da-dee-dee. There's a magic guy right here. Hello, magic boy. Ooh, Kiraga sounds fun. Raise sounds great. How about protect? We love that. We may as well buy... these. Because we'll want them eventually. But insta-kill stuff, that it says insta-kill weak stuff. We don't need that. We don't need that. That's going to be too inconsistent for the spell slot. And then we come down here. Nope, that's where Game of Death is. And then we come over here. I wonder who the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is at the top of their tower, though. Move ass! Anyway. I thought you were wearing a Gaia vest. Why aren't you wearing your Gaia vest? I swear to fucking God, Kyle. Sometimes, I swear to God, the choices that Kyle makes, the things that he does. Why? Okay. That's a good reason. I don't mean to bitch at you guys so much, but you piss me off. Wow. No wonder he was taking such an ass whooping. Did not have them geared at all. This is just a slower burn. It's more like the Dragon Age, or the Dragon Quest games, I'm guessing. It's just a slower kind of game. Move ass. And so I'm saying this not to you. I'm not asking you for patience as we play through it. I'm reminding myself not to play this game like it's Final Fantasy V or 6, 1 or 2. It's just a different kind of game. What's up here? Oh, they let me in the library. Do we want to read this stuff? Ancient Tome, Volume 1. The great stone effigies set aflame all who seek the crystal. Only the four fangs grant us safe passage through their mists. Hey, wait a minute. I have two fangs. Book of Owen, Volume 1. As the engineer who invented the reactor that now powers the continent's flotation, I, Owen, have decided to name it after myself, the Tower of Owen. Great job, buddy. It is a different game. Shut up, Mr. S. It is a different game. It's not Final Fantasy II or Final Fantasy V. It's Final Fantasy III. Look, I didn't realize that I was saying that in those words that many times in a row. You're right. I did say it's a different game, but it is, and that's not obvious to me. The Wrath of Light was a miscalculation. I will have to place my son Desh into cryogenic sleep to protect him if all goes wrong. If something should happen to the Tower of Owen, he can wake up to repair it. He can keep the continent afloat. Ancient Tome, Volume 4. Though the four warriors of dark managed to forestall the Wrath of Light, we do not know from whence they hail, but we must be grateful for their help. Don't tell me what I must. Ancient Tome, Volume 3. We abuse the power that light hath brought us, and thus doomed the world to ruination. The wrath of light cannot be stopped. There is no hope. Wow. Ancient Tome, Volume 2. Our experiment with the floating continent succeeded. All that remains is to place it west of the cross of the Daug Peninsula. Okay. Book of the Blade. Those serious about training in the way of the Dark Blade often make pilgrimages to Falgabard, a hidden mountain village west of Saronia. Interesting. Thermodynamic meta theory and perpetual motion. The principles behind the theory of perpetual motion engines, as evidenced by the Wheel of Time, deal with the balance of antimatter and counter to blah, 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 blah. Airship in action. Top 3 airships of the year. The diving Nautilus, the colossal Invincible, the indomitable Enterprise. I feel like I've run across one of those at least. I think I'm underselling it. All right, let's save. Coming up on 2 hours. We got 10 minutes. I won't say my goodbyes yet, but if I haven't said them, I've said a lot of thank yous today. I'm not tired of saying thank you by any means. I just can't remember all of the people that I haven't said thank you to yet. Top 3 airships. Yeah, that was a magazine, Mr. S. It was like a fanzine. Draw attacks. What's that gonna do? Mr. S has a taunt? This whole time? There's been a taunt? Well, butter my biscuits. Please don't do... That was the only thing I... Don't react to it, because it's not a big deal. But god damn it, what the fuck? Of course I have taunt, I'm Mr. S. Yeah, the you that I meant was the barbarian class, but the you that I said was Mr. S. I realized that I was yelling at Mr. S for having a taunt that I hadn't equipped him with, but also, you have actually done, I should have known. I am gonna, however, change some stuff around, Mr. S. Not because you aren't an amazing shit talker, but because I didn't know that class. I thought that the Viking class would have rage, would not taunt. So, but yes, you have done nothing but talk shit the whole time I've known you, actually. It's funny. You are a grade A shit talker. So I shouldn't have yelled at you for having taunt. Also, why? I'm struggling. It's probably because I'm tired, but why did I make you a red mage? I don't need you to be a red mage. Alright, Mr. S. What's in your heart? Do you want to be a bard? I don't know if I've got any bard weapons. Huh. Fuck it. Because I wanted to use the rune bow. What do we think about that, fam? Golly, I have the craziest. Bard sounds fun? Okay. You look like a lady. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the pianos are in this game. And I don't have any bard weapons, so we'll work on that later. We'll make you a bard later. Yeah, the pianos work in this game. I've only found 2 of them. Damn it. Okay, so does that how... Oh. Oh, this game doesn't have balance issues. I have stupid problems. My brain don't work. I need to give Noistra some MP. I need to get out of this tower. I don't know that I have any ether. Okay. I was really starting to get frustrated. But I think that what I was getting frustrated at was trying to force the Final Fantasy 1 gameplay loop onto this game. This is a different game. Why are you giving me so much Dragoon gear now? Why are you rewarding me for having 4 Dragoons in my party after? Well, that wasn't well thought out, boys. Oh shit, I keep forgetting that he doesn't have any mana. Do I have an ether? No. If I do... Ooh! I forget that this is a thing. I can cast regular fire on the whole thing.
badass.
I'm just not good at the game. That's why this is a frustratingly difficult game. I'm not good at it. This isn't the first one. I'm playing this one like it's the first one because it feels and looks like more of the first one, but it's not. This is a wildly different game. And the jobs have just become very cool to me. The uniqueness of the jobs has just become very cool to me. Please don't kill that. God damn it. YouTube paused you for 20 seconds, Mr. S. Well, I shouldn't do this. Force live. Yeah, a button that takes you to the how do I want to say this? The present for the streamer, the live. Oh, that's why I'm leaving. Oh, I'm the worst. I'm officially tired, guys. I'd like to thank the future audience. I'd like to thank Mr. S. I'd like to thank everybody else who's stopped by, but specifically everybody who's stuck around for some time. That second like, the second person here with me now, Wowzers, Mel, and Mr. S is in the chat there as well. I can't see it. Give me just a second. I'd like to thank all of you guys for sticking around with me. I don't know this game like I know the others, so I'm really learning it in real time with you. So like tonight when oh fuck when Wowzers mentions that, wow, that's a tough opponent, LOLs, and then waits around for the other wipe and then goes on with his life or his night or whatever. I appreciate um how do I want to say this? I'm really not sure how I want to say it. I'm just a little bit tired enough that I'm struggling getting the words to come out in the order that I want to say it. But I appreciate the opportunity to figure it out myself. But if suggestions start showing up in the chat, like have you tried this, have you tried that, as we play these games, especially games that I don't know particularly well, I will love that. I will get irascible if I see you're about to die, you have low health too often, but that won't be your fault. That will be mine. Like I said, I wasn't even bitching at the game when I'm starting to whine and get annoyed. I'm not getting annoyed at the game. I'm getting annoyed at myself that I can't figure out this problem that shouldn't be as difficult as what it is. I'm not asking you to help. I'm just saying if that happens in the future, I'm here for it. I won't uh, dislike it. And then as we branch out, I will be able to play games that lend themselves more to audience involvement. And I don't plan to sell the names of characters. Like if we play XCOM or we play, uh, XCOM is a game now that I can play at the tent more often. Now that I can play at night, XCOM is a game we might play again. But XCOM, Final Fantasy, Army, like games where you have a huge roster of nameable characters, I don't plan to auction or sell those off. I would really like to avoid that for as long as possible. Um, Auctioning and selling them, saying, "Hey, I will do this for this dollar count. I'll give you this name or whatever." I'm trying to avoid that, but I would like to continue naming the characters in my games after the people who take the time to donate. Um, I would like to reserve it for people who take the time to donate, even if it's $1, just to make it worth it to you into the future, into the long term. Um, it's also, and this is for me, and maybe it's me giving you a suggestion. It's also an ability. It's a way. It's a place that I can practice remembering your names, so that I can um, not embarrass myself as often, because I don't have practice with names. I have a lot of practice with remembering faces, remembering profile pics, remembering these sorts of things. But names, I've just never used people's names. I have a lot of anxiety around naming people improperly, using the wrong name, forgetting, embarrassing myself in that way. I have a lot of anxiety around it. It has nothing to do with you. And using your names, naming my characters, these things that I'm doing after you, is an opportunity for me to practice remembering your name. Uh, and remembering is the recall, not recognizing, remembering, recalling why I remember. And that will help me stave off dementia and the concussion syndrome. So I'm doing these things for a lot of reasons. I have a lot of my personality and my future longevity, my ability to live a healthy life, to want to lead a life moving into the future. I have a lot of that stuff wrapped up in this channel, and over the last 10 months, I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot about wanting to be alive that I never thought I was going to experience. I've had a lot of firsts. I'm gonna make myself cry, but I've had a lot of firsts this week. Um, so if you could do me a favor, I saw that I got the first one for Alex Smith this week. If when you watch this, you could just give Mr. S a shout out for all of his support, emotional, financial. He's been a true friend to me in a way that few people have ever volunteered, followed through, and then committed with. He's been a true friend to me in a way that I have tried to demonstrate being friendly to you, and that I have tried very hard to be for everyone, but especially Magic Shadow. And so, Madge, if you watch this someday, I'm not saying that you were not that friend as well. You went through a serious crisis in your life, and I'm glad that I was able to be here for you as that friend. And not for nothing, but it was Mr. S that I was able to turn to while Madge was in crisis. So we all owe Mr. S a big debt of gratitude, because while he was kicking his ass on 7-day weeks, he was taking the time to make sure that I had the emotional wherewithal to be there for my buddy, and that's an extra human feat of goodness. So if we could just thank him for that, because he didn't want anything for it, and in fact he made sure I was eating the whole time. So if we could just take a second out of our day to just say thank you, Mr. S, that would mean the world to me. A lot of people have left me in my life, and so whether I have a codependent fear that he's going to decide that there are better YouTubers out there or not, I don't know that I do, I don't know that I don't. Whether I do or I don't is irrelevant to me. He deserves the thank you, because without him I would have given up. I had given up. But what I mean by would have given up is, I mean, I would have stopped making YouTube videos altogether. I was weeks away from it when he jumped in my life and told me that I had made an impact on him. And so thank everyone who took the time to tell me that I've made an impact, because I don't know. I'm just I'm just a nerd. I'm probably a little bit autistic, and I don't know. I don't see it. When I'm looking at this screen, I can see Final Fantasy 3. When I'm looking at my live stream, I can see my face. I can't see your takeaways. I can't see your life. All right, we're going to stop right here. And I know that my thank yous become Midwestern goodbyes, but thank you. Without you, other channels will say to you, thank you. Without you, this isn't possible. But then they'll also have a list of Patreon subscribers, and they'll count their earnings in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, without me, you would be able to afford a small business loan to make sure that this continued. When PBS says, without you, we couldn't do this. No, but without you, without Mr. S, without Alec, without all of you who watch these videos, who comment, who take the time to be kind to a very stupid homeless person. Thank you. And take care of yourself. I care about you, but I cannot care for you, so please take care and have a good night. I'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow. This is 10 hours that I got to clock today, so Mr. S, if we're competing for hours clocked, I'm keeping up with you, buddy. Take care, guys.